China in danger. Philippines gets hundreds of U.S. anti-ship missile launchers to counter China. American Anti-Ship Missile Navy Marine Expeditionary Ship Interdiction System, MESIS, is now in the Philippines in a move seen to further bolster the latter's deterrence capability during what an expert deemed to be a period when security anxiety prevails. Brigadier General Michael Logico, Exercise Director of Balacaton Exercises, said on Tuesday that the MESIS would be used for the annual war games of Manila and Washington from April 21st until May 9th. I confirm that it is already in the country, Logico said of MESIS in a regular military briefing. I will not say where, but it will be part of the exercises. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth initially announced the deployment for Balacaton drills during his first visit to the Philippines last month. For security expert Chester Cabalza, the deployment of MESIS proves the trust and confidence of the two security allies in terms of interoperability. Manila and Washington are bound by a mutual defense treaty that requires each other's defense in case of an armed attack. This deterrent force upholds the military transformation that Manila envisions to carry on amid security anxiety posed by Chinese Communist deployment of drones inside the Philippines' internal waters. Cabalza, president and founder of Manila-based think tank International Development and Security Cooperation, told Inquired Net in an interview on Tuesday. Marcos okays all Balacaton events. Logico said President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. green-lighted all of the events in Balacaton during the military briefing 2 weeks ago. He is very interested in watching one of the events, Logico added. Asked what event Marcos is interested in, Logico said, "It's going to be the air and integrated air and missile defense exercise. He will be in a secured and classified location that I cannot reveal." Washington will also deploy high-mobility artillery rocket system, or HIMARS, Avenger weapon systems, fighter jets F-16 and F-18 during the bilateral war games, according to Colonel Douglas Krugman, staff officer of 1st Marine Expeditionary Force and one of senior exercise planners for Balacaton exercise this year. So, quite an interesting mix of equipment and quite a capable force we're bringing this year, Krugman said during the same press briefing. Logico also said this year's Balacaton drills will see the deployment of all of the Philippine military's newly acquired assets. Meanwhile, Australia and Japan will be active observers during the drills, while Czech Republic, Poland, and Colombia will also send observers, Logico added. This year's war games will see around 14,000 personnel from the U.S. and Philippines, which is a bit fewer compared to previous years when the deployed troops breached the 17,000 mark. There is no scale back, Logico said when asked if this has to do with the reported plan to shrink the U.S. Army. Whether there is a reduction in the number of people, that is immaterial. Second U.S. missile. The MESIS is the second U.S. missile deployed to the Philippines. The U.S. Mid-Range Capability, MRC, Typhoon missile arrived in the country from the United States on April 11, 2024, and was first used during the Balacaton exercises as well. It has stayed in the Philippines since, and was last spotted in Ilocos Norte, a coastal province facing Taiwan, which China considers a renegade province subject to reunification. Beijing has repeatedly objected to the arrival of the MRC in the Philippines, saying it incites geopolitical confrontation in the region. When asked if the MESIS, like MRC, would remain in the country even after Balacaton, Krugman said, "If there's another exercise going in the Philippines shortly after Balacaton, and that equipment is appropriate and requested for it by the AFP, we would certainly look to participate in that exercise as well, but it is here for exercise purposes. To date, the Philippines has its own medium-range supersonic cruise missile, dubbed BrahMos, which has a range of 290 to 400 kilometers and could travel at Mach 2.8, or about 3 times faster than the speed of sound. The United States has deployed its Navy Marine Expeditionary Ship Interdiction System, MESIS, to the Philippines ahead of the annual Balikatan Joint Military Exercises, scheduled from April 21st to May 9th. Brigadier General Michael Logico, Exercise Director, confirmed the system's arrival, though he did not disclose its exact location. MESIS, a cutting-edge anti-ship missile platform, will enhance the Philippines' deterrence capabilities amid ongoing tensions in the West Philippine Sea. Security expert Chester Cabalza emphasized that its deployment highlights strong trust and interoperability between the two allies, especially during a period of security anxiety. The drills, approved by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., will also feature U.S. military assets such as the HIMARS rocket system, Avenger air defense, and F-16 and F-18 fighter jets. This year's War Games will involve 14,000 personnel from both nations, with observers from Australia, Japan, and several other countries. MESIS is the second U.S. missile deployed to the Philippines this year, following the MRC Typhoon system. While both are currently for training purposes, their presence underscores a growing defense partnership between Washington and Manila.